Hello guys, welcome to Solving Solutions. On today's tutorial we are going to look at the Geographic Calculator. So by default it is used for coordinate conversions basically, right? Good. Now there are quite some other stuff you can do with it, but we are going to explore that particular function of it on today's tutorial. So we are going to look at a set of data that contains latitude, longitude and the elevation, right? Good. So that's about northings, easting and height, right? So we'll convert these coordinates that are in geographicals to their equivalent in projected, and then this coordinate is in zone 32 of the UTM. Now unlike QGIS or maybe ArcMap that allows you to include this header, most times when you want to use the Geographic Calculator you don't include the header. So I'm going to turn that out because it has its own specified, or it has its own way of specifying the headers, right? So when we've taken that out, we can choose to save that again, and then we come to the Geographic Calculator. Now this is the startup page. You can decide to take that out. Now we come to point database conversion. The first of the conversion method is this interactive conversion, whereby you do the conversion one after the other, right? But if you have quite a good number of points, just like we have on our spreadsheet, you can use the point database conversion. Now when you click on the point database conversion, the input data, which is what we have saved, so we have to navigate. Good. So we are on that folder, we open that up, and now you see that the headers have been provided for, right? So you have the C1 for your latitude, C2 for your longitude, and then C3 for your height, right? So you can declare them here that your latitude is what, C1, and then your longitude is what, C2, right? Very importantly. And then the source coordinate system, that's WGS84 because it's latitude and longitude, right? Then the horizontal is fixed. You can leave this as default as it is, and then you can see the degrees, and then we are not working with vertical for now, right? Then we come to the output section. That's the target CRS, the coordinate system we want for the output. So we told you that we are moving to projected, right? Good. So under the system you double click. So this prompt is asking you, would you like to limit the available coordinate system by geographic area? No. So you can be able to see the selector, this window for you to select, right? Currently it is on WGS84, that's where we are, and then you can see the groups here. They called it folders. So if we collapse, we come to projected because that's where we are working on, and then we can also use the projected drop down, and then maybe when we scroll down we would see what, UTM. You expand the UTM, and then you come down to WGS84 because that's the datum we are using for the UTM projection, right? Good. Now when you have selected WGS84 under the UTM, you now see about 60 zones, because that's what the UTM does to the globe. It divides the earth into 60 zones. So you can see that we have WGS84 UTM zone 60 south and north, right? So we said the data we are trying to convert is in zone 32 north, so we look out for zone 32 north. You can see this is zone 32 north, and then there is also a preview or kind of info about that particular projection. So you can see the false easting, the false northing, the scale factor and the rest of that, right? Good. So this is just for information purpose. So we have declared that the target CRS will be WGS84 UTM zone 32. So we click on OK. So basically you've seen the difference. The unit here is in degree, the unit here is in meter. That's a very big distinction. And then the system here is WGS84, the system here is WGS84 UTM zone 32. That's another great distinction, right? And then we have declared the input for the latitude and the longitude. So now there is another space for us to declare the output, that's the northings and the eastings. So we use the drop down. We see now that the three cells, the three columns have been exhausted, so we can create a new column, and then we call that C4, and then we know that the C4 contains what, our northings. We use the drop down again, we add a new column, we call that C5, and then we click on OK. So in the output, on the output spreadsheet, your C4 will contain your northern coordinate, and then your C5 will contain your eastern coordinate. So after we've done that, the output data, where do we store it? So we still browse. So we'll call this data underscore UTM, still a comma separated value. You can use other formats nonetheless. So we click on save, and after we know that we are sure with the parameters we have imputed, we can now click on process. So there is this success report finished. Good. And if you also look at this point, you would see that the data has been not converted, right? Good. So if there was any error, you would see an error message here. So we can now navigate to that folder. Good. So we're on that folder. You can see the data, and you can see the data underscore UTM, and we open that up. So for the purpose of visualization, you can decide to insert a new row there so that you specify the headers, because that's how it is being presented: latitude, longitude, and then let's say the altitude, and then this is your northerns, and then this is your easterns. So basically we are done with the conversion. You can just save this again, and then this is how you use the Geographic Calculator to run batch conversion. You can visualize this data on a GIS software to see if they are actually being overlaid on the same point, right? Good. So we'll see you on another interesting one. Until then, keep staying safe and have a fantastic time. Bye.